And you really think it's all right that we just left Lily at the hospital?
Well, they gave her pain medication. She'll sleep through the night.
No, but I thought these days a parent could stay in their child's room with them.
We'll be there first thing in the morning. When she wakes up, it'll be like we never left. Unless, of course, you have a hankering for a lumpy cot. But I guess the housekeeping here at the hotel could arrange that.
Yeah, I guess they probably could, but I think I'll pass.
Or are you nostalgic for Parents' Weekend? We could play a couple hands of gin rummy.
I don't think I would even be able to keep my eyes open long enough to shuffle the cards.
Yeah, me either. So, let's coordinate alarm clocks or something.
Okay.
First one up wakes the other one up.
Deal.
Okay.
See you.
Jack, thank you for coming.
You don't have to thank me, Laurel. She's my daughter.
Oh, don't mind me, monsieur. I am just la femme de chambre. I am here just to turn down your bed.
Honey, what are you doing? What's wrong?
What's wrong? What could be wrong? My dad's just back after about a zillion years, and all he wants is my kidney. But no, that doesn't bother me. No, not at all. Who needs sleep? Not me. Anybody comes around here asking for a part of my body, just tell them I went for a walk.
Oh, no, just wait a minute. Just, come on, don't run away. Don't do that.
I'm
Just
just so
talk to me.
mad, Tad. I just sick to punch a hole in the wall.
That's okay. Calm down. It's fine with me.
I hate him. I hate him so much. I wish he were dead. I wish Uncle Palmer had blown his head off. I would like to strangle the man with my bare hands.
That is all the more reason for us to talk, honey. I know exactly how you feel. I've been there myself. I promise you, I break into a cold sweat every time I think about Ray Gardner. Like, you hurt. This is a big one. When you hurt this bad, you have to admit it.
Oh, look, I gotta get home and cook. Oh, Lord, with the blazes are my keys. I can never get into those clapper things, so I should...
Don't scream.
What? Are you stark staring mad?
I'm sorry.
You trying to give me a coronary or what?
At least I didn't point a gun at your chest, which is more than I could say for your old man.
Look, I am not accountable for Palmer's temper, okay? I am a non-violent person.
And the only Cooney with a grain of sense, which is why you're going to give me some answers.
Hey, Red Holly, what's shaking, huh?
You are shaking, you old sneak. I turn my back and you get yourself engaged. Congratulations. I couldn't be happier.
Now, aren't you glad you broke the house rules?
Well, in lieu of eternal gratitude, just make sure that I catch the bride's bouquet. And I think we ought to toast this great occasion. And I got some beer in the fridge.
Sounds good to me. Why don't we get Jane down here and do it up right, huh?
Oh, this is Jane's night for moonlight and for Palmer.
So late?
Well, honey, you got yourself a very enterprising lady.
Yeah, but working for Cortland, she's in over her head. Hey, maybe I ought to go rescue her, huh?
I used to think that cost projections were stimulating, but you take my breath away.
You stir something in me, too.
Well, I never thought I'd find myself in the arms of a living legend.
Especially when you're like this.
You are a force to be reckoned with. So bold, commanding, and strong. You know, compared to the average guy, you're a god. Enough with the warm-up. Mr. Moneybags is yours for the taking. So what are you waiting for, Mata Hari? Take, take, take. Palmer, make love to me.
All My Children, brought to you by Aleve.
I told you to fly out here.
Jack, I certainly wasn't going to let you go through all this all alone, not after the way you took care of me last summer.
Well, honey, that was a different story. I mean, Lily just fell off a swing.
Jack, I think that traumas come in all sizes. I certainly was not going to let you just sleep in this bed all alone. So I canceled 2 shoots, and I came out here to be with you. Aren't you glad?
Oh, yeah. I'm delighted. You know I'm always delighted to see you. And under different circumstances, I would be absolutely...
Well, you can forget...
Hurt doesn't even begin to describe how I felt when I saw that man standing in our doorway after all these years.
How about kicked in the gut? Does that do it for you?
It was just like all of a sudden I had been turned into a little girl.
Why not? I always feel 6 years old every time I think about Ray.
Looking at that old man, I wanted to hit him, and I couldn't. I don't understand it, you know? Why do I do this? Why do I even let him get to me? He means nothing to me.
Because he's your father, honey, and that's the way it works.
He stands the same. He looks the same. He holds his head the same. His eyes. I could spot that man, blindfolded, across a room full of people. He smells the same. He smells like Old Bay lime. Kind of comes in those little white bottles, you know? Look like milk bottles, like ships on the label.
Mm-hmm.
My mama kept those bottles on the windowsill long after the cologne dried up. Mama waited a long time for that man, but I swear to God, I waited even longer. I would lie in bed listening for the sound of his car on the driveway or his footsteps on the porch. And when I saw that old man today, I just wanted to hit him. But I couldn't because something inside of me went soft. And I couldn't control it, and that just makes me so mad. It's not fair.
I know what you mean. Spend years and years trying to bury a bunch of feelings, and all of a sudden one day, front doorbell rings, and before you know it, it all comes rushing back.
Wintergreen.
Excuse me?
Wintergreen. So he had these little mints in his pockets, little circles with X's on them, and he just sort of doled them out, you know, whenever one of us did something good. Like I had to take a vaccine shot, you know, because I cut my arm on the Perkins fence, and I took it without crying, and he told me, you know, go find his coat and get all the mints that I wanted. So I did, and I went and I found it in the backseat of the car, and it was under this big old blanket, and instead of all the mints being there, he'd put Susanna.
A doll?
No, Susanna was a cat. It was a kitten. It was a little gray kitten with white paws and gray stripes and a big pink bow around the neck. Susanna can climb the Perkins fence. My Dixie climbs like a girl. And then he'd wink at me and he'd give me that big old smile, like we were on some big secret together. Where's this coming from, Dad? How am I dredging this all up?
Because, Nate, you can't forget. All you can ever do is put it away.
Doesn't mean anything, you know. I hate the man. He walked out on me. He didn't even care.
Yeah, but you did. You cared an awful lot. And you still do. That's why it hurts so much.
He was my father. How could he just walk out on me? How could he leave and not even think of me after all those years? How could he not miss me when I missed him so much?
My boy's done nothing to nobody. Adele deserves a break, and you know it. I heard you say as much the other night at the chicken shack. There's no sense pretending you hold the party line here.
Look, it doesn't matter what I think. I got no say in this.
Help me get through to them, Opal.
What makes you think that I could?
You're the glue that holds these coonies together. Anybody with a brain can see that.
Buttering me up isn't gonna do a smidge
My
of good.
boy is everything to me. Now, you got a head on your shoulders. You're a big-hearted, no-nonsense woman. Just tell me how I can reason with Dixie and Pete.
You should have been trying to make peace with them years ago.
Pete would have gutted me and hung me out to dry.
Yeah, well, he still just might. Go back to Texas. You can't get what you want here. All you'll do if you keep trying is blow this family to bits.
Now I know how Daphne felt after she spent the night with Apollo.
She didn't spend the night with him.
Was it Zeus?
She turned into a tree.
Well, I'm not sprouting any leaves, am I? You'll be rolling in green very soon. You know, no Greek god could hold a candle to a high-powered American tycoon like you. Don't move. I want to savor the moment. I want to feel your heart beating next to mine. This is a night I'll remember my whole life. In graphic, wife-shattering detail. You know, my theory was right after all.
This was an experiment?
No. I've always thought the more high-powered the man, the more sexually driven he is. And you're a dynamo in the financial world and under the cluck-cluck blanket.
Well, I really don't understand. I mean, how... Things seem to have gotten ahead of me.
Well, this is destiny. I mean, you can't fight that. This was meant to be. As soon as you told me we'd be working nights.
Oh, I hope you didn't interpret my job offer as a proposition.
No. You, me, alone together, in the office at night. I mean, some temptations just can't be resisted.
All I wanted was an accountant.
And you got one. Body and soul. I'll never forget this exquisite night. Or the amazing love we made. Good girl. You not only cooked his goose, you purtified it.